Happy Canada Day! It's a beautiful day for Canada Day, and it was not like this yesterday. It was absolute pandemonium and chaos. 50 knots came through the anchorage. Sitting in a tropical anchorage is generally a beautiful and wonderful experience, except when there's a 56 knot storm that's forecast to blow through the anchorage in the middle of the night. This week, we get the boat ready to ride out the storm, and then the day after the storm, we have an awesome Canada Day party. There is a bit of a storm coming. Yeah. A little bit of some rain, some wind is coming, and so we've got to prepare the boat. 56 knots of wind forecast for tonight at midnight. We haven't been in winds that high sailing or at anchor yet. We've done some preparing, but we got to get some more preparing done. The first thing that we did to prepare the boat for the storm was to move the boat to a mooring ball. It's not always a good thing to go to a mooring ball for a storm, especially if you're not super familiar with the ball. Luckily, in this case, we know Don, who's in charge of the mooring balls here in Musket Cove, and he rated our mooring ball a 4 out of a 5, so I was reasonably confident leaving the boat on it for 56 knots. We plan to be on board during the storm, so if we ever had any doubt around the mooring ball, we could always start the engines and put them in gear to take a little bit of strain off of it. Once on the mooring ball, we went around the deck of the boat and took everything off the deck that could possibly fly away. We either stowed it in a hatch or moved it out of the way where the wind wouldn't be able to hit it. Sayo went around the inside of the boat and made sure all the hatches were closed and locked tight. And I went out to the foredeck of the boat to double check the attachment to the mooring ball and the 2 shackles that attach our bridle to the boat. I wanted to make sure there wasn't any noticeable wear on them and they weren't gonna break away in super high winds. Next, I made sure that the main was securely tied up both at the front of the sail and at the back of the sail, and it was wrapped up tight so it wasn't gonna get any wind into the bag and rip the bag open in the middle of the storm. I also took our unused staysail halyard and Jenniker halyard and wrapped them through the upper spreaders so that they weren't gonna whip back and forth in high winds and to reduce any chafing that might happen on them as the wind comes up. We had to put our windscreen down. Then we waited for the storm to come, only it didn't come just yet. So we didn't really get hit by the storm last night, but we are getting hit by a storm today. And right now we've got like 25, gusting 30, so it's not so bad, but it's really, really raining. When it rains on board, it's really wet, gets really humid, so I like to run the air conditioner inside. That keeps it a little bit drier in here. We don't get so much mold growing so quickly on the roof up here. Happy Canada Day! It's a beautiful day for Canada Day, and it was not like this yesterday. It was absolute pandemonium and chaos in here. 50 knots came through the anchorage. The storm that was forecast did arrive, just arrived about 16 hours later than it was supposed to. I didn't really get any footage of it because I was too busy trying to save a friend of ours' boat that dragged and he was not on it. Today we're gonna have a Canada Day celebration, but before I do that, I've got to go recover the anchor that we buoyed and left in the water. Off I go to do that this morning.
Yes, we need a knife, sure. Be careful because it doesn't cut the rope, but the fingers show a cut. Okay.
The Canada Day festivities continue. We are at a beautiful, gorgeous spot here called Cloud 9, which is a little floating restaurant that's out literally in the middle of nowhere, just anchored in the middle of the reef. We got some really great pizza. There's some amazing snorkeling. We're gonna go have some Canada Day fun.
Happy Canada Day!
Okay, it's dark now on Canada Day. We had a great day at Cloud 9, and now we're going ashore for a barbecue. I'm going to get some sausages, and it's super dark. I don't think you can see anything that I'm filming. Oh, and I just about ran into it. I did run into a mooring ball. Shit. Luckily, I was able to free myself from the mooring ball without too much trouble, and we were able to continue the celebration of Canada's birthday.
Happy birthday, dear Canada! Happy birthday to you!
If you enjoyed this episode, please let me know what you thought in the comments, and don't forget to give me a like and push that button down there to subscribe to my channel. We'll see you next week.